All right, in this video I'll be going over some details of how I installed a new set of pickups in this 8-string guitar. This guitar is an Ibanez RG8, I believe. Pretty cool guitar. It's also tuned down a whole step for that real heavy, low tuning. We'll be using a set of Fishman Fluence pickups. Specifically, these are the Stephen Carpenter Signature Series. I've never used these ones, so I'm pretty excited to see what the tone is like. It should pair up really well with this guitar. I'll also be using some Ernie Ball 9-string slinkies, but dropping the lowest string from the set. So let's see how it goes. All right, what we need to do is disassemble the guitar first. So let's take off all the strings, get the plates off the back, and remove the pickups. So usually I just clip all the wires when I'm taking electronics out. It's the easiest way to do it as opposed to unsoldering everything. By the way, if you didn't know, Ibanez is made by the Cort guitars, which Cort makes tons of different guitars, so we'll leave it at that. Now for the unboxing of these sweet pickups. I love Fluence pickups. They're probably one of the better guitar pickup manufacturers on the market today. I would highly recommend them to anybody. They really have a full line of electronics that work for acoustic or electric guitar. I've installed quite a few of the Fluence pickups, and I really enjoy them. The tone is amazing. All right, so here we're just soldering up some stuff and trying to mount the pickups. I had to open up some of the holes so that way the wires would fit in there. Not always does that happen with stock setups. Often we have to do some modification to make it fit correctly. It was pretty straightforward, not really that big of a deal, but sometimes you just have to do what you got to do. So I've already installed the neck pickup, and now I'm working on the bridge pickup. I'll just peel the plastic protective coating off, and the next step will be to plug in the provided wiring. Often on active electronics, they'll provide pre-wired harnesses, so you just plug them in. It's very easy. Often on passive pickups will actually solder some wiring, but these will just plug in the existing wiring and pull it all through the body. Here I'm soldering the volume control. This is kind of a custom setup in which I have rewired it from the factory settings. I will be utilizing this push-pull pot to access the different voices of the electronics. Fluence pickups typically have a few different options for voices, and I've chose to add that to this setup, and I think it'll work very well. What I'm doing here is I'm going to plug in the battery, I'll flip over the guitar, and I'll test to make sure that we wired everything up correctly, that the switching is right. We'll do this by tapping on the pickups and switching the switch around to make sure the configuration is correct, which it turned out perfect. Here you can see I've pretty much finished up the wiring. I will come back later and mount the battery a little different. This is kind of a temporary setup until the customer brings it back later. Next step is to string it up, and it's ready to rock. That's about it. That ties up everything on this setup. I didn't get a sound bite. I ended up having to send the guitar out with the customer really quick. He needed to take it to his recording session, so I didn't have time to do a sound check, but trust me, it turned out very good, and this was an awesome project. Until next time, thanks. We'll see ya.